What is going on, and welcome everyone to this FIFA 23 player career mode video. In today's guide, I'll be showing you how to win the Ballon d'Or or Player of the Year award in FIFA 23 player career mode. And if you're interested in winning this award, please do not skip over this video. Watch it in its entirety. I'm trying my best to keep it short. This is why I'm speaking very fast. And I will go over some very important points, all of which you need to complete in order to get this award. Now, another thing that we need to go over is that generally you want to manually save in early December, because towards the mid to end December, that's when the Player of the Year award is announced. And so in case you do not win it, you want to load back and try again. And if it doesn't work a couple of times, that means you have to try again for the next year. And now, without any further delays, let's get into the specifics of this guide. So the first thing we want to talk about is your player's form. This is very important and this is very underrated. A lot of people don't pay it much attention. You want to have good form, generally above 7. It is harder in FIFA 23 to get higher form than it used to be in FIFA 22. But so long as you play your part during the game, pass when you need to pass, score when you need to score, you will get good form. And when it's above 7, you're one step closer towards winning the Player of the Year award. The second thing we want to talk about is your player position. To be eligible for Player of the Year award, you have to be playing as a forward or a midfielder. Technically, I'm not entirely sure whether you can win it as a goalkeeper or as a defender. I have tried, but I have failed successfully every single time, and I wasn't able to win it. The only times I was able to guarantee Player of the Year award is as a center midfielder, a center attacking midfielder, a striker, a winger, and a center forward. And those are the positions that have worked for me. Now, it is also very important for you towards winning the Player of the Year award. You don't want to change your position during the year that you're trying to get it, because it's going to bring down your manager rating and you're not going to be performing well and your form is going to be lowered. How you perform in your previous season is a very important determining factor in whether you win the Player of the Year award. What you do in your current season is also important, but really not as important as what you did in the season before this. As you can see, in the previous season, I had won the league, I had won a domestic cup, and I have also won the European Championship, the UEFA Champions League. And because of that, that really qualifies me the next year towards the Player of the Year award. And it also allows you to play in the Super Cup and other competitions that are preseason, and winning those absolutely affects whether you win the Player of the Year award or not. And now, thank God for these massive arrows, because otherwise you would have no idea where I'm pointing to. These red boxes don't do it on their own. Let's talk about winning the individual awards, such as Man of the Match, Team of the Week, and the Player of the Month. As you can see, I won Man of the Match 15 times in the season that I won it. That is the season before, to be more accurate. And the Team of the Week 10 times and Player of the Month twice. Those are very important. The more you win those, the more likely you are to win the Player of the Year award. On that point, I'm going to state the obvious. You do not sim games if you want to win the Player of the Year award. You play your games through, or at least play the playable highlights. Fortunately for us, FIFA did include playable highlights this time, and EA did fix all the bugs that were initially in it. It is more playable now, and it's not as annoying as when it first dropped. So do play your games, do well, so that you can get these awards. So a really important factor which FIFA does not tell you about is that if you want to win the Player of the Year, it really helps your cause if you stay in the same team. Changing teams is going to affect whether you win it or not. Most of the times when I changed teams, I ended up losing the Player of the Year award. I wasn't even qualified for it. But every single time that I stayed within the same team for 2 consecutive seasons at least, and I performed well and I did everything that I went over in this guide, I was able to win the Player of the Year award, probably at like a 90% of the time. Also very important is for you to do your part. What I mean by that is if you're a striker, your role is to score goals, not to give assists. And if you're a midfielder, your role is to create assists and not to score. And if you're a center attacking midfielder, your role is to do a little bit of both. That's not to say that if you're a striker, you should never pass the ball or get an assist. Do get some whenever the chance comes up. But most importantly, your role is providing the goals, and you're going to be judged on how well you do your role, because that is going to affect your form, which we spoke about in point 1 of this video. So the more goals you score as a striker, the higher form you're going to get, and the more likely you are to win the Player of the Year award. The more assists you make as a midfielder, the higher your form, and once again, the more likely you are to win this award. So this is the most important factor right over here. It's probably going to determine whether you win the Player of the Year award or not. And that is going to be your players overall. As you can see, when I won it, I was using my 96 striker build. And that overall really allowed me to shine over the competition and win the award for myself. So you got to ask yourself, every time you actually lose the competition, who is the winner? It's the same 3 winners every single time. It's Phil Foden, Mbappe, or Haaland. And the reason they win it is because they have a higher overall than you are, even though you win more competitions than they do. And now, as you can see over here, Mbappe's overall is a 95, and so we need to be higher than him. Haaland's overall is 94, and it will go higher during your career, and we also need to get higher than that. And finally, Phil Foden is a 92, and also just as with Haaland, his overall will go up to a 94 or 95, and we also need to be higher than him to consistently win it instead of him. So now the question becomes, what build do you use to win the Player of the Year award? I'm going to go over a couple of builds which I highly recommend, and all of them are going to be linked on the end screen. I'm going to put the entire playlist over there, and so use whichever fits your playstyle the most. And each and every single one of these builds will allow you to have a higher overall in every single one of these positions than all of these players that I just went over, and will allow you to win the Ballon d'Or easily. So these are the builds that I recommend you use. That's the 97 striker build, the 98 winger build, and there's also a center forward build with a 96 overall, a center attacking midfielder, and that is my favorite with an overall of 98, a center mid build with a 96 overall, and a left mid or right mid build with a 96 overall as well. And now I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Better yet, hit that subscribe and that like button at the same time. And until the next time, stay safe and keep on keeping on.